And welcome back, everyone, to episode 37 of the Sports Coverage Podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm alongside my co-host, Vince. And we have a lot to talk about today because the NFL draft, as of filming, is actually tomorrow. We had some technical difficulties, so we are filming it today on Wednesday. And we have a lot. And also, of course, NHL, NBA playoffs going on right now, and the height of the MLB season is coming. So we're so excited. And so I say we get started. So we are going to do a full first round mock draft of the 2024 NFL draft. Each of us have our own picks that we created with trades. And these are going to be posted on Instagram after the episode. And yeah, so we'll get right into it. And Vince, we'll just alternate picks, so you can go ahead and give yours first, and then I'll do mine. So go ahead, first overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft.
I think this is quite obvious. Caleb Williams is, gonna be the pick. I guess it's kind of confirmed. Everyone's talking about the second pick. What's gonna happen there? Nothing has mentioned. Oh, Caleb Williams going number 2. So number 1 for him is the obvious pick.
Yep, got Caleb Williams going number 1, and that's going to help out the Bears a lot. And of course, they do have that second top 10 pick, which we'll get to in a little bit. So we'll see if they can get any guys to help out Caleb Williams. Second pick.
My second pick. This is one of the picks that have been kind of rumored as what's gonna happen. Whether it's gonna be traded, whether it's gonna be Drake May or Jaden Daniels. I don't know if you heard about the Topgolf thing. Kind of crazy how Jaden Daniels' agent has been kind of being like, someone that you don't want to be dealing with when you're a general manager. So even with all this going on, I still have Jaden Daniels going number 2. A lot of stuff going on. The first couple weeks until the draft starts. It's kind of stupid. It's not really best news. So I feel like Jaden Daniels will still go number 2, just based off his Heisman performance just a year ago.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you're right, and I think they could go either way. I think right now, the way we're looking at it, this pick isn't going to get traded, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, obviously not. I don't think so either.
So, I think our next 2 picks are just switched. So I got Drake May going number 2 to the Commanders. I just think he's a better fit with that play style there and stuff. So, yeah, I got Drake May there. And I just think Jaden Daniels, he's already had some history with Washington, and he hasn't even he's not even playing there. So I just think that it's going to be a better fit and just easier in general for the organization.
Do you think with all this news going around, kind of conspiracies, with his agent being kind of someone that you don't want to be around, do you think that really has to affect what's going on with the pick? Is that why you're choosing Drake May, or you think he's just a better athlete in general?
I don't know if he's a better QB than Jaden Daniels. I just think he's a better fit for this Washington team. And I think Jaden Daniels,
agree, yeah.
But I think more importantly, Jaden Daniels fits better with this younger, new coaching staff, like revamped Patriots team, which is why I have him going 3.
Yeah, I agree. I like the pick though.
So you've Drake May 3, right?
Yeah, that is correct. I think honestly, I would have taken him number 2 just because you see him in press conference, you see him in he was even on a podcast, and listening to him, he's so generous. He's the type of guy I would love to have around my organization. But I kind of have to go with the obvious pick, Jaden Daniels. Off that Heisman performance, he deserves the number 2 spot. I'm just gonna say right now.
Yeah. And do you think any of these picks are up for grabs, or it's just kind of?
What do you mean, within the top 3 or just in general?
Just within the top 3, I'm saying.
Obviously rumored to be Patriots trading away, but not anything super heavy. I feel like, I feel like something could happen, but I feel like the next pick that's gonna get traded, it's either the Chargers, in my opinion, and I don't want to go into depth what's gonna happen there, but we'll obviously explain in a second.
Yeah. But we got the 4th pick first to the Cardinals. And I think this one we both have the same again, right? And I think this one's kind of another pretty obvious pick, I would think.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison is generational talent. He's someone who I honestly think he's going to be better than his dad. You've seen him at Ohio State. He is a dog. DAWG. He is a dog. He is someone who I would love to have around my organization. He is really someone who, puts in the work. And we see it with Jeremiah Smith, who's also going to Ohio State this season. Congratulate to him. He's a South Florida native, and I cannot wait to cheer him on. Someone who's going to be the next Marvin Harrison for this Ohio State team. But anyway, back to the draft. Marvin Harrison, I feel like, is the obvious pick here again. Malik Nabers is someone who would have gone number one, the number one receiver in this draft if it was not for Marvin Harrison. But because of the stacked receiving core in this draft, in a position that many teams want to get before they become way too expensive and later in their career, I feel like is a very good pick for them.
Yeah. Yeah, Marvin Harrison, same reasons Vince said, so I think we can move on from that one. This next one is one of the more interesting ones, and ones that I think we both kind of agree with what's going on here. So, am I right? We both traded away this pick to the Minnesota Vikings. It's the Chargers pick, so the Chargers would drop down to 11 in my draft. And I traded it. My trade excluded the other Vikings first-round pick, which is pick number 23, but yours includes it. So the Chargers in your draft would have pick 11 and 23.
Yeah, and it's not that I'm choosing it out of just something to make it seem realistic. I think this is the obvious trade. It's gonna happen. It's something that the Chargers are willing to get and acquire. Not only is it's honestly, it's something that they need. I feel like it's gonna be an extra kind of piece to this draft class for them that's gonna really help them. And again, I know that the Vikings are gonna give up both of their picks, but getting someone like JJ McCarthy is something that you can never say no to, and I feel like he is the obvious pick. I feel like the next best quarterback on the board. Like I've said, JJ McCarthy is someone who even the Chargers said that they wouldn't mind having, but again, that rumor was shut down by Jim Harbaugh, who actually got a tat. I don't know. I don't mean to bring this up, but
yeah,
man, that was a sweet tattoo. I will say.
And they're saying that everyone's waiting for the. Was it you go 20 if you go completely undefeated now? Is it 20-0? I think, or
I don't know.
It's because 17. I don't know. Anyway, but everyone's waiting for the Chargers undefeated.
Well, that's not gonna happen because they still need a lot. Even though there are gonna get a couple of good players in this, and especially in the first round. This is not going to help them for the long run. I feel like we're going to have to wait a couple of years after giving up someone like Keenan Allen, who was huge. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to wait. But, again, JJ McCarthy is someone who, again, next best player, next best quarterback. And, again, I don't mean to bring this up, but also the Patriots are rumored to get another Michigan guy. They have history with Tom Brady. He was also rumored, but I do not think that's going to happen. As much as it may seem like it might happen, it's not. And, again, I think the Vikings have just a perfect pick overall, with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, and like I said, I have the same pick there, which would undercut the Giants, who were rumored to be looking at JJ McCarthy, Drake May, and some of these other guys. I think so. Unless they trade up, I think JJ McCarthy's out of reach. I didn't really want JJ McCarthy anyway, which is why there was no moves around the Giants pick in my draft.
Yeah,
but I got the next best wide receiver besides Marvin Harrison, who is not even. I mean, he's behind Marvin Harrison, but he's still
should
an
be
amazing receiver. Malik Nabers, wide receiver at LSU. He is. I think he'd be perfect for us. I mean, obviously that depends if we have a quarterback this season, but
Hey, Tommy DeVito. I'm telling you, whoever it may be, I remember that. I remember that one episode we did that. But whoever the case may be for quarterback next season, I like Drew Lock. I think he's someone who can definitely step in as a good backup if needed, especially with Daniel Jones as your starter. So, good luck with that. But again, I have the same exact pick. I think Malik Nabers would be the best receiver in the draft, like I've already said when it came with Arizona's pick earlier. Malik Nabers is someone truly special. we saw it even with him and his teammate Brian Thomas Jr. Not even last year, 2 years ago, they are truly a special duo. And the fact that I don't mean to spoil our draft picks, but we have both of them going in the first round, which is kind of crazy, man. And the thing
Yeah.
about it, 3 LSU Tigers offensive key weapons, Daniels, Thomas, and Neighbors going in the first round, which is something crazy. And the fact that they did not make the Natty is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm excited to see what 3 of these players can do going into next season. But I think the best one is probably going to be Malik Neighbors, just because
Yeah.
he's going to get the ball. He's the only person that's going to be able to catch the ball for the Giants next season.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah, we'll see if Darius Slayton even plays. I don't know what's going on with his contract right now. Next up, number 7, Tennessee Titans. I got Joe Alt, offensive tackle, Notre Dame. He's the best offensive tackle, I think, in this draft class. And I think at this point, Titans have been looking up, and if they could just grab whatever QB is going to be throwing for them this season, just a little more time to get the ball downfield to guys like Calvin Ridley and D-Hop, I think they'll be set. So Joe Alt will definitely help with that.
Yeah, Joel is someone who I think is going to be sticking around with this team for a long time, and obviously they want to get someone who can, keep Will Levis safe. They picked him. They came up in the draft just to get him, who, he proved himself against Atlanta just a year ago, and I feel like he is the obvious pick for this Tennessee Titan team after losing a key piece in Derrick Henry. But man, this team is going to be good. I'm telling you right now. Joel is going to be generational talent, and I don't see him going anywhere in the long run.
Yeah. Next up, number 8, the Atlanta Falcons, but you made a trade, I believe?
That is correct. And look, I have said this, I might not do this, I might not fully commit it, but I'm going to go with my pick that I had done Saturday. We won't mention what happened Saturday, but anyway. So the Colts will trade up for the 8th pick with the Atlanta Falcons and will acquire Brock Bowers. Look, this team really needs some tight end help, and I get it. Mo Alley Cox is good, but not as good as Brock Bowers, and trust me, Brock Bowers is generational. We've seen it with Georgia.
Yeah.
He is someone who you want as your team, and not only is he someone who can catch the ball, but can also block, so I think it's a perfect pick for the Colts.
Yeah. So I kept it with the Falcons. I think that they have a big chance here to get a very, very good edge rusher in Dallas Turner. And, I mean, again, I think he's actually, I think at this point we know he's the best edge rusher in the draft class. And for the Falcons...
that is also the obvious pick. And again, if it's not going to be a trade, it's going to be Dallas Turner. I totally agree with you on that one. No problem. Yeah. No questions asked.
Yeah. But if we're looking at what's a reasonable package going to look like for Atlanta?
Well, something that's going to be, I guess, package is really
from pick 15 to pick 8. They're going to want a good amount.
Yeah, and I wouldn't really specifically say players. I would say picks. I feel like a second round maybe next year. Obviously this round's pick. But again, I don't know exactly what off the top of my head. I kind of just put some random draft picks in so this could finally go in. Let's just say the app we were using was kind of annoying. But anyway, So I think this trade will happen. Just depends on what. And again, I don't know if you had heard, but Caleb Williams and Romeo Odunze were on the same flight. And they said that they were hyped to see each other. So that is only leading to, Bears are not going to take Dallas Turner, which I have exactly with my next pick.
Imagine being on a flight with them, with both of them to the draft.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's kind of crazy. And after that came out, and again, this was supposed to be recorded Saturday. All right, this is Wednesday. All right. Anyway, so Dallas Turner going to Chicago. Again, they need an edge rusher. If it's not going to be a receiver like Romeo Odunze, it's going to be someone like Dallas Turner. I think he's the next best player on the board, whether it's an edge rusher or player. He really is good, and you can obviously back it up. But you're the Alabama fan, man. He is truly special, and I am so happy I'm not gonna have to face him in college football 25 later this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that was your Bears pick, right?
Yeah, that is correct. So
Okay.
I am now. Yeah,
So
my Bears pick.
so I'm gonna make a pick that um is an interesting one, I think, but I think that it's one that could definitely still happen here. So I have the next guy you were talking about, the next best wide receiver, Romeo Dunze, going to the Bears because I think if you're gonna draft Caleb Williams, you might as well just try to. And obviously, they got Keenan Allen, they got DJ Moore, and those guys, but it can never hurt to have a third wide receiver like this who could end up becoming your best.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. And now that all this news came out, I totally agree even more. But
And
um,
especially with Dallas Turner off the board in my draft, I think that this is by far the right pick.
yeah. I just want to mention something. Again, so um, wait, what was it? The Bears. No, I honestly, I don't know. I don't hate the pick, but Dunze is. Again, now what happens to me? I think it lands a little better, but again, I don't hate your pick. I won't say that. I'll
Yeah,
say that. I don't.
yeah. All right, number 10 from Jets, and unfortunately, we can't contact our resident Jets fans. Jack
Jack,
talked about it today,
I just texted him. He will not be. I don't think
but
he will.
we do have his pick. We do know what pick who he wants the Jets to be drafting. But let's talk about ours first. So
Yeah.
it's different because the guy I want's already off the board for you, Brock Bowers, tight end out of Georgia. Jets need a tight end. I think it's plain and simple, and I think that uh, it makes lots of sense here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Whether it's an offense tackle, whether it's a tight end, you want someone who can play blocking, for this team, especially after an injury.
Oh yeah,
Just
and Brock Bowers is huge. So
yeah, I mean he is someone who exactly the Colts need and Colts want. So I think that's just again, I know he went earlier, I get it, but man, it really was a good pick. I
yeah,
think for you, me, whatever it may have been, but again, Brock Bowers was obviously a good pick for you. Either
yeah,
and if I did not had done the trade, that would have been my pick also.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So who do you got? Jets.
So I have Fashanu. I mean, again, blocking. This is something that they've asked for. That they need. They obviously acquired Tyron Smith just a couple months ago.
Yeah,
After the NFL season, and again, that's also leading to why the Cowboys are going to end up needing an offensive tackle. So again, yeah, I think he was the perfect pick for them.
yeah. And yeah, so now that we're out of the top 10 and we've gone in depth, we're going to speed up a little bit here. Obviously, still talk about what we're doing, but just
Yeah.
for time's sake, because we still have so much to talk about, we're going to speed up a little bit here. First up, so number 11th pick, that went to the Chargers in my draft with
Yeah,
the
we both traded that.
Vikings swap. Yeah. I'm taking cornerback Terrion Arnold out of Bama. Roll Tide roll. And listen, him and Kool-Aid McKinstry, who goes later in my draft, were like an insane cornerback duo in the backfield for Bama last year. So
Well,
I
not
think
against Michigan.
okay, well, most of the year. So so yeah, and he's the best cornerback available, and I think that that's something that can help the start of the Chargers rebuild here.
Yeah, I honestly, again, I would have done that pick also.
And of course, Jim Harbaugh has experience with him, so he knows how to fix him.
Yeah, and
He
that
knows
that
his
too.
flaws.
Yeah, that too. But I have Romeo Dunze. As I said, this was gonna happen. Again, they wanted a receiver from the start, so why not get an extra pick in the draft, helping your offensive line, which will come. But getting Romeo Dunze is just the perfect acquirement after losing someone like Keenan Allen and Mike
Yeah,
Williams
yeah,
just a month ago.
yeah. Number 12. This one is a bit of a reach, but I'll explain quickly.
No, honestly, I like that pick now because reports have said that Atlanta wants to get Michael Penix.
Yeah.
Um,
So I got Michael
so
Penix
that's
who
not
went to the
really
Broncos.
yeah.
But here's what I want to say. First of all, it was rumored the Raiders wanted Penix, which could scare the Broncos into taking him before them.
So yeah,
In
that's
case he's
honestly
off
a
the
good
board.
pick.
And then of course they were saying Atlanta was looking into Penix, and if Atlanta trades back like they did in your draft, that's also a problem for the Broncos who need a quarterback right now. So that's why I got Penix at 12.
Again, I'm gonna take the next best player on the board, which will be cornerback Terran Arnold. I think like you said, he's amazing. He is someone who you want on the defensive side of the ball, and especially teaming with someone like Patrick Surtain, who could be eventually leaving. You never know when it comes to trades nowadays. So I have Terran Arnold.
Yeah. Number 13 Raiders. I got Fashanu, who you talked about earlier, offensive tackle, Penn State. He's good. And the Raiders need that protection on the O-line. So just any little bit helps at this point.
Yeah, so I also have an offensive tackle. I have Talisa Fuaga, who is, again, not very highly mentioned, but he is good. He obviously carried Oregon State to a good record this year. So
I haven't heard a lot about him, and he deserves
some credit. And honestly, I've heard more about my next pick, Troy Fatanu. But again, I feel like Talisa Fuaga is someone who is gonna help this offensive tackle core be even stronger as it already was with Joel and Fashanu just a couple picks before.
So, 14 Saints, I got Fuaga, who you're just talking about. He deserves it. Out of Oregon State, that's one thing, but he just did not get the recognition, I think, in college. But 14th overall to the Saints, I think, wouldn't be bad. And I think that he's someone that has the mentality and the mental capacity to stay with the Saints long term. So
yeah. Yes, I have Troy Fatanu to the Saints, like I already mentioned, and I feel like that's someone who, again, next best player on the board, I guess you could say. But wait, did you already say your Saints pick?
Yeah, Fuaga.
All right, so again, rumor has said, and I actually got a source saying that this guy will be higher than some people might expect. Don't be surprised if Cooper DeJean drops this high in this class. I mean, he is someone who I look up to. I feel like, especially
for number 15.
Number 15. I'm telling you, man. And this was before this source came out. So
who has that pick? Who has that pick in your draft again?
The Falcons. The Falcons. So this is the perfect pick. They need a corner or a safety. And get it right, guys. He's a corner, not a safety. Again, all right. He's a corner, not a safety. Anyway, yeah, man. He's someone I looked up to. I think it's gonna be exciting watching him. It really is, and I'm really hyped to see what he can do for this Falcons team if he does end up going so high.
Yeah. I have Latu out of UCLA edge rusher for the Colts because they kept that pick. I don't know. Again, oh my god. Yeah, sorry. The Yankee game. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Okay. He's good. He's good.
Yeah. All right, wait, can we stop you for a second? Can we stop you for a second? You're playing the Athletics. Can we talk about a big boy game? The Heat are up. Oh, well, never mind. The Heat are up 70-67. 70-67. That's something we want to see. Shout out to Rio, sponsor us. Yeah. Anyway.
But I feel like my explanation for these next couple ones are going to be these teams need this position and he's good, and that's what I can say about Latu.
Yeah, I like that pick.
Yeah, number 16 Seahawks. Yeah,
I'm just gonna go really fast. Johnny Newton. I feel like this is kind of an obvious pick. They need a defensive tackle, so I think Johnny Newton's the perfect pick.
I got Jared Verse, another edge rusher, Florida State. You don't like him, but
no, I do. I will say I like him. I will say.
Interesting. Anyway, 17th pick to the Jags, and I think this is one we have in common, right?
It's Quinyon Mitchell, one of the only ones that we have in common. Maybe even since I think it was Joe out. I think it might have been. So yeah, perfect pick for us. I think this is quite obvious. They need a cornerback, so I like him here.
Yeah, and out of Toledo, I think he was criminally underrated.
Yeah, for sure. And so 18 now. This is where it gets spicy. This is where the draft kind of it sparks up, man. This is where players like to get picked, and I feel like Byron Murphy out of Texas is someone who can definitely replace someone like DJ Reader, who had left to the Lions just a month ago from this Bengals team, and getting a defensive tackle was huge, and I definitely would like this pick if it happened.
Yeah. I got it might be a bit of a reach here, but I think that this still makes sense. Brian Thomas Jr., next wide receiver on the board out of LSU, and he was Neighbor's partner.
Hold on. And look, I understand that this is, what was it, last week's episode? Again, all right, so it did, I get so hyped thinking about this. T. Higgins did request a trade, all right? I had to say it. It's going to happen. I know
that just happened today, yeah.
Yeah, so we will talk about that next week's episode in depth. But again, I don't. Now that makes a lot more sense now, man. That's a good pick. Back then,
we're predicting the future today.
I mean, just a week ago, just on Saturday. This is Wednesday. We're filming Wednesday, April 24th. We're gonna try to get this episode out tonight. Well, maybe tomorrow. But anyway,
maybe we'll see before the draft.
Well, yeah, at least. But yeah, no. I mean, we were talking about crazy picks, and everything is going in purpose and line for us. So I love the pick, Andrew.
All right, number 19. Let's speed up even more. Who do you got to the Rams?
Latu, someone who's going to be replacing Aaron Donald. This is quite obvious.
Yeah. So I kind of swapped Fatu and I took Latu earlier. So I got offensive tackle Troy Fatu, who you already talked about earlier. So we can move on from that one. Number 20, the Steelers. Steelers are interesting.
Yeah. So this could go either way, and I feel like this guy can definitely go to the Dolphins. But Amari Mims is someone who I actually kind of like coming into this draft class. Georgia has always been known as having really good tackles and players in general. So yeah, I feel like Steelers will be getting George Pickens' former teammate.
Yeah, I got him as well. And you know what time it is? It's Miami Dolphins
has
time.
Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I'm taking Jared first. I don't want to say it, but man, he's good. And also, reports have said that Johnny Newton can also go to the Dolphins. Either one of these two picks, amazing for us.
Yeah.
As much as I think we need help on the offensive side of the ball, defense is really one of our biggest struggles, and we can always find a guard or an offensive center later on in the draft. So I think Jared first is the obvious pick.
Yeah. I got J.C. Latham out of Alabama. Again, another Bama guy. You know, I just realized something. How many Bama guys am I at so far? This will be my...
You know, what's crazy is that there's no Bama receivers or quarterbacks in the draft so far, so...
Fourth. I have 4 in my draft, I think, if I'm...
Well, actually, no, I'm lying. Adonai Mitchell will be in this draft class. He had, just came from Alabama just a year ago, so... Yeah, I guess you could also mention him as an Alabama.
With Texas, yeah.
You can also mention him as an Alabama player also. So, yeah, again, that's a lot of Alabama players as well as Washington.
Yeah. Is there more than Georgia? Because that would be something this year. I got 1.
That's my first Georgia pick.
I only have 2 Georgia guys. That's something. You know, Georgia usually dominates that. But yeah. Latham, Bama. Moving on, I do not care about this next pick. It's the Eagles. And they've gotten so good this offseason. But yeah, Nate Wiggins, right?
Yeah,
And this is history. They're not taking a Georgia player. That's why I was mentioning it, that they're known for taking their Georgia players in first round. So
yeah,
there you go. Number 23.
And I did trade this pick.
This pick was Chargers again. I kept it Vikings for some stupid trade package that probably isn't going to happen. But for the sake of this, I want the Vikings to have a late round pick. So you go first with your Chargers pick.
So Jackson Powers-Johnson, I feel like, is someone that needs to be drafted in the first round. If it's not going to be in the top 20, it's going to be right here in 23. This is quite going to happen. This trade is going to get traded away to the Chargers. So just hope, if you see this coming out tomorrow, whenever the case may be after the draft, this is going to happen.
Yeah. I got Johnny Newton, defensive tackle, Illinois. You know, they got J.J. McCarthy, and, I mean, their offense has always been pretty good. Johnny Newton will help out that, I think, struggling defense.
Yeah. Jason Latham for me with the Cowboys, yeah. So, it's kind of, again, obvious pick. They need some offensive help. They lost Tyron Smith a while ago, so, yeah.
They need help in everything right now, but, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I got Graham Barton out of Duke. Anyway, Packers.
Kool-Aid McKinstry. Is it the same pick? Or no? Oh, you have Kool-Aid to the Lions. Never mind.
Yeah, I have Kool-Aid later. I got Cooper DeJean because I haven't picked him yet. And, you know, this is 10 picks under where you said he was going to go.
Yeah,
You said he was
so I'm
gonna
just like, yeah, well, there's
fall
reports
a
that
lot,
he's gonna go a lot
or I
higher.
mean,
So
go a lot
just letting
higher.
you know.
So, but yeah, I think Packers cornerback slash safety or whatever he is a good fit for them. So
Yeah.
26, the Bucks.
Chad Robinson. I guess we both agree on this.
Hey, yeah, we have another one. Chop
All
Robinson,
right, so there, yeah,
edge
perfect.
rusher, Penn State. 27 again to the Cardinals.
Graham Barton. I feel like they need an offensive purposes.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a perfect.
I got Byron Murphy, the second defensive tackle out of Texas. 28. This is, I think, the only one of my weird picks that hasn't worked itself out yet. But
Brian Thomas, I'll just say. I mean, they need receiver help. I'll just say that.
Yeah. I had Brian Thomas a lot earlier, and I think receiver help is needed here. And at this point, you got Adonai Mitchell and Xavier Worthy as your two guys, and I just think the Bills are weird, and for some reason they think this is my logic. The Bills are weird. They think Xavier Worthy is going to be better, so they're going to pick him at 28. But Adonai Mitchell, I still have going first round because I think he deserves to.
Yeah.
29.
So with
Yeah.
my next pick, I actually traded this pick. Quite obvious that this is gonna happen. Lions did say that they want to trade their pick away. But Detroit will not be happy, as well as they're not happy. They should be happy with their new uniforms.
The draft is in their hometown. The draft is in their hometown. They're not gonna have a first round pick.
I don't know how they feel about that. Have you seen that new Hollywood sign they made?
Yeah.
Okay, that is all right. So we have
Detroit.
distracts on it. All right. So could we pull up the render? Oh, Miami Heat 3. Let me just say it. Haywood Highsmith 3. I adore the Miami Heat now.
We're almost done. We'll get to NBA in a second, but we're almost done here.
But, we got to pull up that rendering rule. We'll go on, but yeah.
Yeah. Just look.
I have Michael Penix. Raiders are trading Michael Penix going to the Raiders.
Late pick, interesting. And I just don't know if he'll fall that far, which is my thing.
No, anymore that's not gonna happen. Yeah.
I got Lions keeping it. Kool-Aid McKinstry. There's a good amount of Bama guys on the team. Jameson Williams. I don't know if they played together, but yeah. Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's good, and I'm excited. He's a good kick returner too, which is always something good for a team to have. So yeah. All right, number 30, the Ravens. Who do you got?
Donnie Mitchell. Quite obviously, it's gonna happen.
Yep, same.
All right, so can we just talk about this real quick? What is that sign? That is really bad.
Yeah. 31. Two more. 49ers. Who do you got?
49ers. I have Tyler Gruden.
Yep. Same. Okay.
And with Chiefs, for me, Xavier Worthy. Quite obvious, it's gonna happen.
I got Jackson Powers Johnson because, as you said, he needs to go first round. I didn't have him off the board yet, so that's my logic, basically.
All right, so I don't know if you could see these notes, Andrew, but
you can lead the rest of this. Let's hear it.
I will be discussing these next couple of moves. So the Jets have released new jerseys. We will not be having Jack on, as he already mentioned what he thought about it, and he predicted correctly what was going to happen. We had posted that clip on Instagram.
Yeah, and Dylan did too. I think he pretty much agreed with him. So
it was the retro jerseys. They're nice. I like them a lot.
What do you think the logo though? The logo specifically. What do you think?
It's gonna get some time to get used to. But I feel like it's okay. I'm not gonna come out here and hate on it. But yeah.
Yeah.
And so the next one, the Lions have released their new jerseys, man. These black ones are cool. And I just want to mention something really quick. Coach Campbell had said that he was not, or it was someone who said that they were not gonna bring back the black jerseys unless they won a division title, and they finally did, and they are releasing them, and they're bringing them back ever since the 20. Well, I don't mean to hate on their spotlight, but the last time they wore black jerseys, it went 0-16. So yeah, I don't mean to break your heart, Detroit fans. No, I like the jerseys, honestly. They're a sweet mix, man. They look cool. They look better than the last ones, but I'm excited to see what they can do with this new future group. And again, I just want to mention something. This is during the next week after we usually post, Wednesday. There's a lot of news that had came out in the NFL also, and just all around sports we will be discussing that next week's episode. I know this is coming out a little later. We apologize for everything that happened. But anyway, Devontae Smith gets a 3-year, $75 million extension. Again, I think this is deserving. A lot of receivers need extensions, and I just want to mention something. This was not written down on notes. Brandon Ayuk. I want to bring him up just real quick, Andrew. What are your thoughts? I know we had mentioned this with Dylan just a couple weeks ago, but man, do you think he's gonna get traded tomorrow night?
In a package, or just like in general?
No, just in general. What you think he's gonna get traded like AJ Brown did just a couple years ago? Because again, money's an issue, and we saw that Devontae Smith's getting paid, but guys like Brandon Ayuk aren't.
Also, yeah, I don't know. And if that does happen, we're gonna have a ton of clips going out tomorrow night on.
Yeah, we
Instagram.
are going to be clip central. We're gonna have a lot of clips out tonight.
All the news, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and sorry we have not posted a lot of clips, but anyway. So this will do it for the NFL. We will be updating with a lot of news again. Sorry for the a lot of interruptions that we haven't been able to post clips and stuff. But yeah, a lot of stuff has happened. We will get to next week.
Where is this power coming from? What? Brent Rooker just hit like a 400-foot bomb on us. What is happening?
Yeah, so Yankees are losing 5-3 now. Or no, they're winning at 5-3.
Winning 5-3.
Yeah,
418 feet.
All right, so let's just get to the NBA real quick.
Oh wait, real quick? Do you know who Phil Nevin is?
Who?
The Angels manager.
Oh, is it the guy that used to do the Astros or whatever? Or
no, he was
Braves.
No, he was the Yankees. He was the Yankees' third base coach who got fired after the Red Sox game when he sent what's his name home.
Oh
anyway.
Wait, hold on. Can we just talk about this? Can we talk about the Aaron Boone ejection real quick? I know this is. Can we just talk about that real quick? Come on, man. That is.
That was terrible.
Andrew, what are your thoughts on the fan though? Do you like him anymore? Do you think he deserved to?
It wasn't. I'm gonna say it wasn't his fault.
It was his fault.
Okay.
As an Aaron Boone lover, I think that he deserves full credit. He should have not been taking away our precious Aaron Boone.
I mean, obviously he was screaming, but like, how was he supposed to know?
Also, another thing. Yeah, well, I know, but also that ump is kind of biased, man.
MLB just launched an investigation like an hour ago.
Yeah, so again, we will definitely go into depth next week about this. This happened Tuesday, Monday. So yeah, we will definitely go into depth.
It's so funny, and check out John Boy Media's breakdown of it because he always.
Oh yeah, well they didn't need a John Boy Media. We already saw.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah, he caught a lot of extra stuff. It was good. It was good. But NBA. So let's go through the NBA news first, and then we'll just take a quick look at the bracket. We're not going to go through the whole thing.
Yeah, and also I just want to talk about matchups again. Yeah, so Grayson Allen has signed a 4-year, $70 million contract with the Suns. He did go down with an injury last night. Prayers to him, even though I don't like him. I play for the Bucks. I don't like him anyway. Anyway. Prayers for him. Hope he gets better. I don't know if he's officially out for the series. And honestly, Andrew, what do you like? I know you have. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but the Suns, man, they have not been looking the best.
Yesterday was sad, quite frankly.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll definitely go into depth about some series later on. But anyway, the 2024 Paris Olympics team for the USA is officially out. And here are some of the players: LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, Tyrese Halliburton, who I just want to give a huge shout out, won the MIP, Most Improvement Player Award, which congrats to him.
Didn't Tyrese Maxey win it?
Oh shoot. Wrong player. You're right. Tyrese, I switched it up. Anyway, we will talk about that next week either way.
I was gonna say I don't think he was even an option.
Well, yeah, I mean Tyrese Halliburton's a lot better. I got confused because I don't have it. I have it in like.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Initials.
Anyway.
Anthony Edwards, who is again a DAWG dog. Drew Holiday, who I don't like. Bam Adebayo. Anthony Davis, who's a little crybaby, and Kawhi Leonard. So again, this is a
they're still going to lose to France.
Yeah, man. Rudy Gobert looking real good. But again, out of these,
you see, he got voted most overrated player again. Yeah.
Well, I just want to ask you something. Out of these guys I've mentioned, who do you think is going to be like one of the guys that is going to step up the most? Let me just answer first. I think Anthony Edwards is the obvious pick here. We've seen him this playoff run. He looks phenomenal. He's doing flashy dunks, with ease. He was even dapping up the ref while not even winning by like 10 points. So
Who
I
was
think
the
he's going to be
last?
someone to
Who was
really
the last guy
keep an
on
eye on.
there that they added at the end? It was
Kawhi Leonard,
yeah. I honestly think just because of that, he's actually gonna like pop off because they gave him a chance.
Nah, man. I think the best players that are going to be playing for this team are either Steph Curry, who's actually making his first ever appearance with the USA team.
I honestly think LeBron isn't gonna play that well.
Yeah, neither do I. I think the best players are going to be Jason Tatum, Steph Curry, Embiid, whom surprisingly he's playing for the USA.
If
Um,
Embiid can
Halliburton and
play,
Anthony Edwards.
I don't know how
Yeah,
the 76ers are gonna feel about Embiid playing in a
yeah, especially with his injury history, man.
yeah.
That's not looking good.
Yeah.
But
What's
anyway, we will
next?
definitely touch on this eventually. So
Yeah.
yeah, and your Nets are planning to sign or
They
already
did.
did
They
sign
did.
Kings assistant Jordy Fernandez, who I actually looked into after
He's
we
impressive.
filmed this episode. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
he has a lot of accomplishments under his belt. He's coached national teams. He looks very, very good.
He
So yeah,
won
I
he
feel
won
like
he won Canada's first ever medal at FIBA last year.
yeah. So that's another thing. Like that's gonna be something that's huge for you guys. I feel like again with another young core team, like he had won with the FIBA World Cup. So again, I feel like it's huge for you guys, and I'm really happy to see this Nets team improve.
Yeah,
In just a couple
I'm really
months.
happy about this one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sadly, six-time All-Star Blake Griffin has retired after 14 seasons.
That's
Thank you.
legend.
Yeah, man. Thank you for making my childhood amazing, man. Honestly, like, it goes beyond words, man. Like, being with Lob City, that was like my life. Like, I love Lob City with my dear heart. So,
Yeah.
sad to see him retire, but he had a good season. Not a good season, sorry, good career.
How was his season this year? Oh my god.
I'm sick as you guys can tell. Anyway, let's get back to the news. Yeah, I just want to mention another thing about Blake Griffin. Did you I know that before we go on with our next topic, did you like him on the Nets? Like, were you ever like a big fan of him?
Well, he was there during that Big Three era ish. I mean,
and he was okay.
The quote unquote Big Three era, and he was good. I liked watching him, and my dad was always like, it's Blake. Like he watched more Blake Griffin than I did because I really didn't start getting into basketball until then. So it's
Hey,
like,
shout out to Keith McPherson.
oh yeah, Keith.
Hey, get him on here.
Yeah, but Blake Griffin. I mean, I love watching him. He played well. He was a good. I think I believe he was a starter. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. So
and I liked having him. But yeah.
Okay, so Duncan Robinson just hit a 3. I'm hyped. Let's go, baby. 85-79. I bet 200 karma on Rio today, knowing that the Heat were gonna win. So anyway, Jonte Porter, the brother of Nuggets Michael Porter Jr., has been dealt with a lifetime ban from the NBA after violating the league's gambling rules. Again, this is an ongoing investigation, but again, he is officially banned. I know we've talked about things like this with Ipe and stuff, but what do you really think about this? I mean, a lot of stuff has happened with topics like this, especially with the Shohei Ohtani stuff. But did he deserve the ban? Did he deserve the lifetime ban?
I think there were enough warnings that it makes sense.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. Why bet on?
That's the stupidest thing.
You're on the biggest stage in the world. You're the biggest stage in the world. There's no need of betting on yourself. And the fact that there's even clips of him, and I was watching. Shout out to what was it? Baseball Doesn't Exist, man. I was watching that.
Yeah,
in
baseball
school.
doesn't. I love baseball doesn't exist.
Hey, he came up with the John.
Yeah.
But it had to do with Shohei Ohtani. So kind of the same thing with eBay and all that. But anyway, so he was kind of explaining how Jonte Porter, said he injured his eye, so he could not get enough, playing time. So he got less boards, less points, less assists. So again, that is something that I think is super, super crazy in my opinion. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So again, this is an ongoing investigation. We'll talk about this eventually going forward. But yeah, as of
Well,
right
I
now,
don't. It's not ongoing now, right?
well, I think it's officially done. But
Yeah.
the appealing stuff, all that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway. Yeah.
okay, now you can take over.
All right. So, of course, NBA playoffs are here. It's crazy. What we're gonna do for time is we are just gonna go through the first round matchups right now, talk about a couple of them, and just how we think
Yeah,
they're gonna end.
that's perfect.
And
Yeah, yeah,
and next week we are gonna go through the full rest of the bracket once the actual bracket is set past the first round.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. So,
So
if you want to start us off with the
yeah,
West,
we'll
I guess.
start OKC, New Orleans. Do you know the series right now? Is
Yes,
it?
it's 1-0. The
No.
second game is tonight. I love this series. This is my favorite
Yeah.
series to watch. Listen, man, I was going to bed Monday night thinking, or Sunday night, I think it was, man, this is a good series. I'm hyped to watch. This young Thunder team play, and it was so nice to finally see the Thunder's arena, sold out and packed out for one of the first times ever in playoff history since the Big
Yeah.
Three. So that
Yeah.
is really something that I enjoyed. And yeah, so I have the Thunder winning this series, and you kind of saw it was a tight game. I don't know if you watched the game, but it was back and
I
forth, back
watched
and
the
forth.
beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, back and forth at the end of the game. I can, Chet Holmgren with the elite block. Obviously CJ McCollum had the last shot of the game, missed it. But man, that was bad time management by the New Orleans Pelicans without Zion. But yeah, I really like this series, and I think Thunder wins. Takes home, and I think I said 6.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the Name That Yankee. I don't know if you've seen that they've been doing that. They
Oh,
they've been doing like like on like Baseball Reference where you like look at the like teams and then like some of the stats and you have to like figure out who it is.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They've been doing that on the Yankee games every day. So I was just trying to figure out. I think it's Ricky Henderson today, but I'm not 100% certain.
So,
Anyway,
yeah,
next
no, good
matchup.
series though. Yeah.
Yeah. Clippers, Mavs. Oh, I got OKC winning, by the way. Just
Okay. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So, if I can go into depth about this, I actually have been watching these games. Clippers, I think lost last night against the Mavs, 1-1 right now, tied. So this can go either way, but I think the Clippers are so much better. You've seen, even with Game 1, which I originally had watched. Now I didn't really watch Game 2 because I was asleep. But Game 1, even seeing Game 1, you knew that the Clippers were going to win the series. I had the Clippers in 5. So yeah, one of our first segments for first round is complete. We have Thunder. What do you have? Mavs or Clippers?
Clippers. Oh wait, no,
Okay.
sorry, Mavs. Sorry, Mavs.
Okay.
Mavs.
Okay. All right.
I was,
All
I
right.
was,
So
I was about to. No, I have Mavs. Yeah.
all right. So we switched. All right. So that is something to keep in forward. We will talk about
Sorry, I was looking at
whatever
your.
matchup. Yeah. We will talk about next matchup, whatever happens between these couple teams, these 4
Yeah.
teams in the matchup next couple weeks.
Next up, Minnesota Timberwolves, Phoenix Suns. I think this one, the Suns have been. We already talked about this. Suns have been playing awful.
Yeah, and especially with Grayson Allen's injury, this is something that's crazy. So
Juan Soto is the best baseball player to ever exist on the face of the
wow.
planet.
416 dinger. That's
He is so
something
good.
to be proud of.
Oh my.
Hey, he might be MVP. Watch out.
Oh
Hey,
my.
Let's get back to NBA. What's going on? Hey, Andrew.
Sorry. Sorry.
Taking away my spotlight, man.
Sorry.
All right, so yeah, obviously like we said, mentioned Timberwolves Suns. Grayson Allen went down with an injury. Don't know when he's going to be back. Don't know when he's going to return. But I will say something. This will be disappointing if the Suns team loses. Yeah, and I get it that this is one of the better teams in the West. The Timberwolves are amazing. They have Anthony Edwards, who is a baller, who's a dog, like I already mentioned with the USA Olympic team segment.
Yeah.
But man, I'm excited to see this Timberwolves team advance. So
Yeah.
give me the Timberwolves in 4.
Same. Next up, Nuggets, Lakers. Lakers have also been playing just absolutely atrocious.
Okay, well, let's just talk about that game. And I think we can finally say that might have been game of the year besides the Knicks-Sixers game, which was crazy.
Oh,
I mean, these are some games that are going on crazy.
this
but-
bro
Man.
lost his bro's glove went over the fence and is sitting there.
All right, so
Yeah, sorry.
Nuggets-Lakers
Yeah.
Lakers matchup. Again, this was a crazy game. I think it was 1 or 2. Game 2, I believe.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't
The
know.
refs.
Jamal Murray hit a tough buzzer beater, and I don't know if you saw, he like kind of dove into the crowd, like not the crowd, but his bench.
Yeah.
And they caught him after hitting the
Yeah.
crazy shot. Man, I can say from experience, Jamal Murray is probably one of the best superstars in the league that does not get much recognition. I witnessed it firsthand when he played the Heat, and I'll tell you right now, he is someone who I would love to have on my team. I'm telling you right now, he is phenomenal. So anyway, I have the Nuggets in 5. So we actually completed our West bracket, and you had Timberwolves right in the last one,
Yeah.
and you have Nuggets. So
Nuggets,
we only have
yeah.
We only have one difference here. Clippers and Mavs. Something switched. We will obviously talk about this side of the bracket. Come in next couple weeks. I don't know if round 1 will be complete by next episode, which will be Saturday the 30th.
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, back to the East. If you want.
No. The 27th is this Saturday. So then.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
next
you're
week.
right.
All right,
Never mind.
East. Let's run through this quick because I want to do some NHL and stuff, and we're running out of time. So.
Oh yeah.
Celtics Heat. You're not allowed. I know you're not allowed to.
I can't. I know I'm not gonna. But let's just talk about the score right now. 85-79 in the fourth quarter. I'm telling you, this Heat team wants to win. We want to win without Jimmy Butler. With a crazy injury, he will be missing this series officially. And Delonte Wright hit a 88-79. That lead is crazy. I'm telling you, we can win. And I just want to say something to a Warriors fan who might be listening to my podcast right now, someone who I know from school. I'm not gonna let you know right now. You counted out the Heat. You said that we were gonna go. They were gonna sweep us. I'm telling you right now, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, so yeah, the Heat. I do not think win this series, even though I love them with my heart. It's sad to say this, but I feel like we'll take the round 1 against the Heat. And look, this can go any way, especially after this game. But game 1 was crazy, so I can't really say anything. Tyler Hero missed a 3. That's huge. So 88-81. As of right now, Heat are winning. So anything can happen. This is playoff basketball. We saw it last year, but I don't want to hold up so much time. But yeah, we will definitely talk about this series going forward.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got Celtics too, by the way. Cavs Magic. I got.
Cavs. I'm not even gonna. Right. We don't even have to talk about this.
Bucks Pacers.
Bucks, but if the Pacers do win this series, Andrew, I just want to mention something. I hope you know something. Dame will be coming to Miami. I know we said this first episode. I know we said this episode 1 of the podcast. But man,
no, you said this.
I know you said Nets. You said Nets. But I'm telling you right now, if
there was a chance.
Team,
okay, to be fair,
if they have failed expectations, no, I'm not saying anything. But I'm saying if this does have failed expectations, you will see Dame in a different jersey next season.
Yeah,
believe that. Yeah. But yeah, Bucks in 7.
Knicks Sixers, and I hate to say it, I got Knicks.
This is,
but did you see the game? That was the best. That was one of the best basketball games I've watched in a long time.
I don't know. I don't know any other team that has.
And now,
did you see so well in a stretch?
Do you see the Sixers? Do you see the Sixers are challenging?
Yeah, so they wanna replay game 2 because supposedly Nick Nurse was calling timeout. We didn't see that. How we, whatever. I guess that's the ref's fault. We're gonna have to wait and see. But do you think that Tyrese Maxey had that foul?
No comment for the sake of my own well-being at school tomorrow.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. But I think Tyrese Maxey was not fouled. I think the Knicks had a clean ball, clean steal. But man, give it up for Dante DiVincenzo. He is a ginger god. I mean, come on, Ed Sheeran in the flesh. I want Ed Sheeran with the last shot. That is just amazing. He is a baller, and so is Jalen Brunson, and so is Josh Hart. Give it up for Josh Hart. We are going to Villanova.
Yo, his braids are amazing. He has Yankee braids.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, when we go to Villanova, man, we're gonna. I cannot wait for Villanova. That's gonna be so cool.
He has Yankee braids. It's amazing.
Hey, shout out to those 3 Villanova brothers. We love them. Shout out to them.
I mean, I'm a Nets fan. I can't really say I love them, but yeah.
All right, well, don't worry. When we go to Villanova, you'll start changing teams.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? For the sake of it, I don't mean to hold up time. I have to. Hold on, Angel.
Where are you going?
I got this at the Jersey Shore about 3 years ago. Got it for a purpose, for a reason. If I can get it right. All right.
See,
New York Knicks, baby.
I'm repping them. Don't worry.
All right, I see it. But look, the Knicks. I got the Knicks.
Oh, that's
Where can I put
disgusting.
this? Where can I put this? I'm gonna put it on my team for the rest of the episode. Go.
That's disgusting.
I'm rooting for the Knicks in this playoff series. I'm rooting for them in the rest of the playoffs, even if the Heat lose. So, hope you guys know that. Yeah, I'm excited for Villanova. It's gonna be fun.
NHL.
Finally.
Playoffs. Boom. Here we go.
Oh, hold on. We're missing something.
Wait, what?
Hold on. I got a report. The Coyotes have officially announced their move to Salt Lake City and have played their last game in Arizona last week. So, what do you think about the move, Andrew? I mean,
Well,
it's
first of
official
all-
that they're moving
First of
to
all, we
Utah,
found
but-
something out that we didn't know about Saturday when we were originally filming. They will be the Utah team. It's gonna be
right, Utah. It's not gonna be Salt Lake City. It's gonna be Utah.
They got off the plane today. They're playing in the Jazz Stadium, and I hope to God they don't come up with a stupid name.
Okay, so knowing Utah, they're gonna do something crazy, but
Yeah.
again, I really don't know what to say. I'm not gonna have an
as
opinion on
always,
this.
As always, I want to say I feel for like the diehard
No,
Coyotes
this is
fans.
amazing. This is an amazing move.
No, but
Ryan
I'm just
Smith
saying.
is the best
just
GM in the history of sports. I love him, man. I
I'm
was
just
watching the
saying.
Pat McAfee show the other day. That was
No,
great.
but
Segment,
I'm just
great
saying
segment.
you have to feel for the diehard Coyotes fans who just watched their team get up and leave in like 2 days.
Show up at the game.
They did. I said the diehards,
Oh,
not the casuals.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
We'll talk about this.
at least living in New York and Miami, we're relatively safe. So
yeah, especially as well, maybe not you. You're not good for Devils. You never know what's gonna happen with the Devils. I'm just saying.
the Devils aren't moving.
They play in Newark. Don't even mention Newark. That is so weird. Nah. Anyway.
Playoffs. We're gonna do the same thing but faster. First round picks, purely just who do you have, and then we'll finish the rest of the bracket next week.
Dallas Stars for me.
Stars Knights. I got the upset. I got the Golden Knights.
Okay,
They made some
all right.
mistakes yesterday.
Look, I just think that the Dallas Stars have looked good the last 2 years, and they will prove it in this round one. Many things have said otherwise, but I feel like they still got it in their bag, and I feel like they're gonna take home this series.
Yeah. Jets, Avalanche.
Good series, man. I'm gonna say this right now. The
I
Jets
believe it's
whiteout.
1-1 now. I think.
Yeah, I might, but man, that Jets whiteout. Man, I don't know if you've seen like.
Yeah, I saw it. No, I saw it yesterday. Yeah.
Crowd is amazing.
I mean, they
man.
lost. They
Especially
lost,
Winnipeg.
but
That's crazy.
yeah, I got the Jets here
not
though.
one of
They made
those
some good moves at the deadline.
Yeah, and they're definitely an underrated team to watch out. In the West.
Yeah. Canucks, Preds, Canucks. Just they're good.
Who won yesterday? Because if the Predators won, I still have them in this series, man. I still think I have faith, but I don't know. It just depends.
Oh, whoa! They won yesterday.
Okay, so who? The Predators?
Right, 4-1.
Right, I was watching that game. I remember. Oh yeah, it was like 2-0 when I shut it off. But
Whoa.
yeah, so yeah, they're still in it. But I still think Vancouver's got it in the bag.
Yeah. Oilers, Kings. I got Oilers. I just think Kings are just not a good.
We don't even need to talk about this. So again, for the West, we only have one difference. That's a little crazy, but yeah.
Panthers, Lightning. The Panthers goalie is actually.
Bobby is crazy, man.
He is the most. That was the most insane save I've ever seen in my entire life. That was actually insane.
As a diehard Roberto Longo fan, I'm gonna have to give the throne to Bob. I'm gonna have to give it to Bobby, man.
He's so good. It's not even funny.
Bobby, like you know Longo, right? He played for Vancouver. Yeah. As much as I love Longo, he was my childhood, man. Yeah. I'm giving the throne to Bobby now. He is the greatest goalie to play for the Florida
right?
Panthers.
They ended up winning, right? Yeah.
And in overtime, Carter Verhaeghe is him. And you know what? Flashback to game three of the Stanley Cup Finals against the Vegas Knights. Carter Verhaeghe in like double overtime hit a game winner. I was at that game, Stanley Cup Finals. That was amazing. That was something I would never forget. That was actually the day before I went to New Jersey. So
nice.
Remember that.
Next up, Boston, Toronto. Boston.
I think this is the best. I think it's one of the best series.
Toronto.
I will say this right now.
Toronto.
As much as you may seem they might win, Wait, did you see that? Did you see that Cowboys Maple Leafs fan? But anyway, let's get back to it. I got Rangers all day. You see the New York in the background. I'm repping New York all day, baby. Rangers.
they're too good.
I got him. I
They're
got him
too
as my
good.
Stanley. I got him as my Stanley Cup winner. As much as I love the Panthers, they will win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, they're too good.
And last pick is quite obvious. Carolina's just too damn
All
good.
right. Moving on, MLB. This is just some news we got, and I want to start off by saying, oh, by the way, we were gonna do WNBA, but I already did a draft recap, on a clip, and then we're gonna when the season starts, there's gonna be a lot more.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, I think when season start, we should definitely talk about it. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. MLB. Mets catcher Francisco Alvarez placed on a 15-day IL with a thumb sprain. Earlier today, star Cubs player Cody Bellinger fractured his rib and was placed on the IL, and number one prospect Francis Crow Armstrong was called up as his replacement. Jackson Holliday gets his first MLB hit, and he was 1-25 in the last 7 games, but the Orioles were 6-1 in that span as of last Saturday.
Right.
Legendary Yankees announcer John Sterling retires, and I have a shirt to pay tribute to him. But he, I mean, you were saying, you're talking about like the icons of your childhood. This guy was my childhood and the childhood of many other Yankee fans. And this guy called 4 World Series. He made up hundreds of personalized home run calls.
I think my favorite was the Juan Soto. He said something about Juan Soto. What was it? You mentioned it a couple weeks ago.
Soto's is wait, what is Soto's home run call?
I actually don't know. I don't remember, but it was amazing. I loved it.
I don't know. I think it was only said once or twice.
Yeah,
Soto,
that's why but I liked it. I don't know, it was something catchy.
It was hold on, I'm gonna find it. It's a Soto photo. He's wonderful, marvelous. And it's from a song from 1927.
Okay, so how does he even remember what? Okay, where is he pulling this out of? That's a little crazy.
But that's the point. Like he's got he's got the Fox Sox one for Volpe, because Volpe means fox in Italian. And he's got of course it's Judgment Day.
I think that's my favorite, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
And then you got like a good Glaber Torres is there for like a State Farm.
Wait, hold on. Speaking about bringing up like things like that, before we go on, I just wanna the flashback from camp.
Yeah.
I don't know if I sent this video to you.
But yeah, congratulations to John Sterling, and I hope you enjoy your retirement. And the Yankees had there's a very nice Yankees ceremony for him. So if you haven't gone and watched it, I think it was posted somewhere. So you should go watch that. But he's a legend. And couple more things, and then we're done. Nestor Cortez's pump fake was banned by the MLB. They're no fun. Boo-hoo. Okay. Jack Leiter made his MLB debut pitching 3.2 innings, giving up 7 runs, 8 hits, and was optioned back to AAA later that day. Jordan Montgomery is expected to make his first start in the next week. I believe that is still true. Yeah. And last but not least, Mets City Connect came out. I don't know where he just went. The Mets City Connect came out.
Now that I've gotten a haircut and I've seen this around my house, and it's by my desk where I film. Does this look like me now? Now that I shave my head, without. Does this look like me? Be for real. This looks like me, right? Look, I even has my name on the back and everything.
This is so out of pocket.
Yeah, no, but we're talking about. I had showed a ball head earlier. I thought this looks like me, right?
Dude, yeah, kind of.
Side by side.
Is it supposed to be you?
Yeah, it is. When I was 8, so.
There you go.
I think they messed up on the hair a little bit. I would have preferred a little darker hair. I don't know why. Hey, I might bleach my hair. I've not told my family yet. I might bleach my hair. All right, this is the first people are hearing about it. All right.
All right. Last but not least, we have our fast fact, like we do to end every episode. Gators baseball player Jack Caglione ties the NCAA record with 9 home runs in 9 straight games, and he is being dubbed the American Ohtani because
Okay,
he's
so I
also a
cannot
starting
find my
pitcher.
hat. Okay, so I can't find my Gator
Yeah,
hat,
you
but
can't
again,
find the Gators
congrats to
hat.
the Gators.
And there is a Mississippi State switch pitcher, and he has a two-handed glove, and we're going to talk more about him in the coming weeks because he is
Yeah,
absolutely insane, and
that's
that's
crazy.
going to be crazy. But
Hey, hold on,
yeah,
and watch out. We're gonna talk a lot about college baseball in
yeah,
a couple weeks, so just keep an eye on that. So anyway,
but
as you know,
that is pretty much going to do it for this week's episode of the Sports Coverage Podcast. As always, I'm Andrew alongside my co-host Vince. If you're watching here on YouTube, like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. We have audio only over on Spotify, exclusive clips, and announcement posts over on Instagram. And thank you, everyone, so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Oh, okay.